Motherfucker right here. It's about to be. Hopefully, if this shit works. If not, then fuck it, we just gonna run it. Brother, what the fuck is going on here? Whatever. Yep.
Looks like you're live right now.
Yeah, it's just not showing what I want it to show for some reason. Weird, bro. Oh well. Alright, fuck it. What up, Larry? Welcome, welcome. How do I fix this? Alright, let's go to display chat. Can I do that? Okay, fuck it. Alright. Let's go to... What are you doing? Not doing right now. Alright. Everybody here? Everybody here? Yo, Damien, you still there? Okay, dope. Alright, let me post this stream real fast and we'll get this going. Oh, this was being annoying. It was working earlier today when I tested it all. Now it's not working. Being a dick.
Down horrendous.
I am. I'm fucking down awfully and tremendously right now. Alright, let's get some more people in here real quick and then we'll get this thing going. Y'all excited for the game, boys? What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking?
Did you guys get to play the beta? You guys enjoy it?
Of course. I played it. I got to play it because of you, remember? Yo, what up, TM? What up, TM? How's it going, brother? Yeah, they're all in the chat right now. Yeah, they in the chat, dog.
I didn't know any of these people's names, like their real names, and then they started posting their like usernames on PlayStation. I was like, oh my gosh, I know all these people.
Exactly. That's how it be, man. I really don't understand why my stream's not working, but so I do not be understanding why my shit be not working. You know what I mean? You ever heard of that? I swear I'm fucking streaming to the right destination. I don't understand. Maybe if I log out and log back on. Not of this, but of my streamer bullshit over here. Alright, we let more people join real quick. We got 7 people in here. Y'all say what's up in the chat. Holler if you hear me. little shout out to Big Papa Pump. What y'all know about Big Papa Pump? What up, Kevin? What up, bro? Who's talking? This is Cody, Josh. What the hell are you talking about? Who is this talking?
This joker named Cody.
You know who this be? It's your boy, Warnia. Oh my God, the GOAT himself has blessed us with his presence. What up, Warnia? What up, homie?
I guess Cody and Drunk Cody sound a little different. I can understand the
Oh
confusion.
yeah, that's true. I've been drinking all day, y'all. Just a little precursor to this stream. I played golf at like fucking 7 this morning, and then after that, came back, took a shower, started drinking at a brewery. That led to watching Top Gun at like 4, drinking in the theater, and then, you know, shit just got out of hand really quickly. I don't know what to tell you, really. Just got that woke up voice. I'll wake you up real quick, Josh. I'm gonna give you the fucking Texans. How about that?
You ready to get it popping, baby?
Yeah, I think so. We got like 7 motherfuckers in there. Thanks for showing up, y'all. Oh,
I'm
watching
not
this
gonna
in
lie to
UFC.
you. Nightheart said, just tell me who I got.
Oh my god. Fucking Nightheart, bro. That
He's
man,
around when it matters.
yeah, he don't be returning any of my my messages, nothing. None of them fools do.
Damn.
Oh, bro,
Oh,
they be leaving me on red. I'm like, these dudes don't even like me. I don't even. Yeah, yeah. The stream's up, TM. Oh, yeah, man, you already in here. That's an old ass message. Let me click off that. All right, let's start with the AFC North. All right, for the Ravens. And my computer's currently crashing. I'm just kidding. Not really, but it's about to. Let me close out of this. Let me close out of Pornhub real quick. It's taking up too much of my bandwidth.
I knew Convicted was right about you. Shit.
Oh yeah, buddy. Of course.
Dad
All right.
jam.
All right. So, starting off with the AFC North, we got the Ravens. All right, so the Ravens are fucking loaded on from a perspective of breaking the game. They have a really great defense. They have Lamar Jackson, who has got a 96 speed as a freaking quarterback. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to defend, right? So for the Ravens, we have Mr. Kenny Cork. Mr. Kenny Cork's got the
Oh, shit.
Ravens. I think he's going to do good things with them. They have a solid running game, should I say, for offense. They don't really have any weapons at receiver outside of Bateman, really. Duvernay is okay, but he needs some development. We got Mark Andrews at tight end. So I feel like this team is going to be a really run-heavy, 2 wide receiver, 2 tight end, like run-heavy sets type of team, right? Because you got Lamar, so you're going to have a run-focused offense. Got a pretty decent O-line. Defense, though, the defense is kind of stupid. You got Michael Pierce. You got the 1-year Matabuki, Justin Matabuki. He is 1 year. He is a freak athlete. You got Patrick Queen. Yeah, you got 3 really good corners. They're 2 of them are kind of older, so you're gonna have to look at replacing them pretty quickly. But outside of that, man, you got a solid team to start. I look at this team going, at least a playoff early, at least making it to the playoff season 1. What do y'all think? Oh shit! He said my boy Kenny ain't got the sticks.
Oh, shit.
I'm just kidding. All right, yo. Escape Artist is still in the game. Yeah, locked to extract only now. Yep. You're right, T. Blair. You're right. All right, we'll move on to the Bengals. And for the Bengals, we have Unk. We have Unk as the Bengals. Greg Cork. So Kenny Cork, we got Greg Cork as the Bengals. I thought it was only fitting. They were both 2 of their teams that they put on their list, so I was like, let's put these fools in the same division, see what happens. So this is Greg Cork, if anyone doesn't know, is Kenny Cork's uncle. So yeah, he's been in a few of our leagues. I think he's in ESFL as well. So yeah, I think this is a good in division rival to have.
Little family rivalry.
Yeah, a little family rivalry in the
Gotta love it.
AFC North right here. this team right here, I mean, dude, this team is freaking loaded. If you don't make it to the playoffs with this team, like, I mean, the offensive line is a little lacking, so you may face a pass rush, but outside of that, brother, like, this team's pretty loaded. Maybe corner is maybe a team or a point of weakness, but you got Jesse Bates, you got a rookie, you got a couple good safeties. Corner and offensive line is probably the weakest points for this team, but outside of that, it's pretty loaded. Alrighty, moving on. Let's go to the Browns. Alright, for the Browns, we have a let's see, he was in SSL, he was in MLG. We're going with Greg Hazard. I don't know if you guys remember Hazard. He used to be in the league. But yeah, you got what's up? Yeah, Jibo, he's coming back. You got Deshaun Watson at quarterback. Freak athlete, of course. Still young, 25 years old, so you'll have him for the pretty much the whole franchise unless you decide to trade him. Nick Chubb's a freak. You got Kareem Hunt, who is most team starters at running back. So you got two freak running backs. The weak point here is probably wide receiver. I mean, you got Amari Cooper, right? And you got freaking Swartz, who's 98 speed. Jakeem Grant, that's 96 speed. So, I mean, you could probably get away with some cheesy ass shit. What up, B Dot? My boy B Dot in the house. What's up, pimp? All right, we got Njoku, a tight end, fucking freak athlete, right? We got probably one of the best offensive lines in the game right now. Center's the weak point, right? But center I don't think matters as much outside of awareness, which he has 87 awareness, so freaking Wyatt Teller, right? Really young, really athletic offensive line. You got Jadeveon Clowney, you got Myles Garrett, 99 overall. Maybe a weak point at linebacker, but the freaking corners are phenomenal. The a little slow at safety, but you got you got Ronnie Harrison Jr. and Del Pitt, right? So, if I had this team, they would probably be. I don't know. Let me look. I'm thinking this would be more of a zone-focused team on defense, but who knows? We'll see what Greg does with this team. But anyways, really good, solid starting roster for Greg. I think he'll do good things with them. He's probably going to be the favorite, I would say. Wouldn't you guys say going in the AFC North from historic?
I don't know too much about him personally, but that division and the rosters there are pretty competitive, so it could be a toss-up.
What'd you say, Damien? You think right now he's probably leading the way? All right. Well, let's see if you still let's see if you still have that opinion after this. All right, so
setup, wasn't it?
With the Steelers, we got Mr. Damian Moore himself. Mr. Damian Moore himself on the line. So, with knowing that, do you still think that Greg's the favorite in this division?
He did put a little safety net in there.
Oh man. Hold up, they saying they can't hear you, Damian. Yeah, make sure you go in your setting. Let me see. I'll go.
If you go into the party.
Let me see.
Oh my.
Sorry.
If you go into the party and hit that those three dots on the far right and go to voice chat settings, you just have to turn it to share your voice to allow. That's it.
Yep. What up, everybody? So with Damien, right? So he's got the Steelers. I'm pretty sure he's going to start Kenny Pickett, right? I don't know though. I mean, you got the speed with Trubisky. Trubisky's only 27, so definitely starting Pickett. I mean, I don't know, bro. All right, yeah. I mean, if you don't need a mobile quarterback, I mean, Pickett's probably the answer, right? And then you got Najee Harris, beast run. You got Benny Snell as the backup. Adrian McFarland, I believe that's his name. Anthony McFarland, 91 speed. Um, you got Deontay Johnson, Claypool, still Pickens. So you got a young receiving core. You got to definitely do some development here, but I think they have potential, right? Um, so offensive line's kind of doo doo. Defensive line's pretty good. And then you have TJ Watt, who's a freak athlete. You got Deion Bush, who is a cheesy user middle linebacker with 90 speed. Um, you got, decent corners. Freak Minka Fitzpatrick, as Omelet knows. I hate that guy. Carl Joseph. I didn't know they had Carl Joseph actually. You got Trey Edmonds as well. Um, so yeah, you got some options on defense. I think your weakest point is probably gonna be offensive line and yeah, offensive line and corners. But you got some young corners that you could probably develop into at least some starters here. Oh shit. Yep, Miles Jack. That's right.
I think they also drafted a kid. I forget his name, but he's pretty good.
Yep. All right. So moving on, we got the. We'll jump over to the NFC. Do the Bears. The Bears. All right. With the Bears, we have Mr. Nathaniel. Motivated by them.
Ooh.
Yeah, with the Bears, we got Nate. He's starting off with probably one of the worst rosters on the game, but there is a bright spot in Justin Fields. You got a 92 speed quarterback. What you do with that is, your choice, but you have a 92 speed quarterback. You got some freaks at wide receiver. You got some speedy wide receivers. They're very underdeveloped, so you got to develop those guys. You got Cole Kmet, pretty good young tight end. Offensive line is doo-doo. Defensive line is not really any better. And then you got Roquan Smith, which we'll see if he gets re-signed. And I don't know if that happened today. I was out all day. But if he gets re-signed, then you may have him on a pretty big contract. Just Roquan Smith really at linebacker. You got Jalen Johnson. Corners, yeah. I mean, you got Trayvon Young. Corners okay. Safeties are pretty decent. So yeah, you got a lot. You got a lot to overcome with this roster, but I think Nate can turn this roster around within a couple of years with his skill level. I don't know if you guys have any input on this, but I think that Nate, if anyone can do it, Nate's probably one of the guys that can do it with this roster. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the rest of this division stacks up, but I think, at least by season 2, he'll be deep in the playoffs. If not season 1. All right, so with the Lions, we got a returning player. He hasn't played since we were on Facebook, I don't believe, and that is Mr. George Meade. Mr. George Meade will be the Lions. From what I remember, he was a pretty good user back in the day. I think he was a perennial playoff contender. So this should be an interesting division with him and Nate already. He's got some work to do at quarterback. He's got Jared Goff currently. He's still only 26, so he could build him up, or he could choose to draft a quarterback. Season 1. DeAndre Swift's a bright spot. Chark is a glitch. You got Jamison Williams, who's going to be a glitch. Amon St. Brown, who surprisingly I don't understand. Huh? Why? How is he only 21? Am I tripping?
Nah, he was a rookie last year.
Oh, he was. Yeah, so he's got some freaks at wide receiver. And then he's got T.J. Hawkinson. So his pass game, if he can get Goff to perform, his pass game's about to look crazy. His offensive line is one of the, I think, better offensive lines in the league. They drafted Aiden Hutchinson for their left end, and then they drafted. Didn't they draft another?
Pascal also.
Pascal, yeah.
He's good.
Pascal's going to be good on the roster. So, two rookie defensive ends. So this team honestly is one of the better teams, I think, for CFM, just for building purposes. You got a lot of like young freaks on it. For those that like to get freaky, you know what I mean? Ayo. Alright, so Jeff Okudah, cornerback. We got decent cornerbacks, pretty good safeties. So yeah, pretty solid team for George Meade. And then moving right on to the Green Bay Packers. We have everyone's favorite, Fernando Jr. We love him. It's been a while. Shout out to Brazil. But of course he's a Packers fan, so I had to give him the Packers. We got Aaron Rodgers, the guy. We got Aaron Jones. So this team's pretty crazy. So the offense, I mean, the weak spot's gonna be wide receiver up front, right? But bro, they got one of the best defenses on. I mean, they got a really good ass defense. You got Rashawn Gary, like Kenny Clark, Jerron Reed. You got Preston Smith. You got Eric Stokes, Rasul Douglas. Yeah, Alexander. I don't even know how to say that. You got Darnell Savage. You got Adrian Amos, bro. Probably two of the best safeties in the game. You got them on your team. This is one of the better rosters for this division for the NFC North. I think this is probably the best roster in the division. So, but moving right along, I don't want this to be a 2-hour stream. So, moving right along to the Vikings, we got Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin himself, Brady Moreland. He is a Vikings fan in real life, so I thought it only fitting that he gets his Vikings. Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, a couple freak receivers. You got to figure out a replacement for Thielen pretty quickly. Irv Smith Jr. Yeah, pretty solid team. We'll see what he does with him. He said he's going to go to the Super Bowl every year, so we'll see what he does with him. Yeah, big words, baby, big words. Lewis Kane, he's a freak. Rookie they drafted 6'2", at free safety. Good speed. He's gonna be a freak with development there. All right, moving on. Let's go to the AFC East. All right, with the Bills. The Bills, we have the best roster on the freaking game for CFM, anyways. And this is going to go to none other than Brown Eyes himself, Josh Brown. He really wanted this team. I was debating on giving it to him just because I think he's pretty good. Damn, the Orange Crush said Goff's thrown for 6,000 yards. Bold statement, my guy. Oh, that's fucking George Meade himself. My bad.
6,000. Yeet.
Sorry, to get some water. I'm dehydrated. All right, Josh Allen. Stephon Diggs, you got Gabriel Davis. Their wide receiver core isn't that great outside of Stephon Diggs, but you do have Dalton Knox, who is a freak. You got OJ Howard, who's a freak. I recommend, if I'm him, running 2 tight end sets most of the game. Their defense is with Von Miller's and Ed Oliver is crazy. Honestly, the best CFM team you could get. I think this was number 1 on pretty much everyone's list as like a starter CFM team. Josh Allen is an absolute freak in the game. So, yep, this goes to Josh Brown. All right, moving on to the Dolphins. We got Tua Tagovailoa. We got Raheem Mostert. We got Jalen Waddle. We got Tyreek Hill. Some freaks at wide receiver. When I'm talking freaks, I'm talking like Michael Jackson Thriller freaks. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're getting down, dog. Yeah, so this this team goes to none other than returning the GOAT himself, Charles Burnley, aka B. Dot the God,
Oh man.
aka Battle
Shit.
Rap GOAT. Yep. I think he is too. Once he gets his, I think by season 2, 2.5, he's gonna have these boys locked and loaded. Locked and loaded. You got 2 free corners. Honestly, 3 free quarters. I think he's gonna have this team by at least season 2, maybe mid-season 1. Who knows? But he's gonna have this team a perennial playoff contender for sure. So good luck with that, Brown Eyes.
Have fun.
Have fun with that, sir. Have fun with those 2 97 plus speed receivers. All right, moving on to the Patriots. My boy Mac Jones from Roll Tide University. This team is going to go to Eric Baker. Eric Baker, he is a guy from SSL. He was in USFL with us on Discord. He's a coach in real life. I think he's a head coach right now.
Oh shit.
So he knows his shit. He knows football. And I look to him to make some noise. Maybe some noise, unexpected noise in this division. He's got some work to do with this roster as it's not very good currently. But if anything, I think he can put a solid effort. I think he was pretty good in our league. I don't remember Omelet, but I'm pretty sure he was near the top of our league when he was in there.
Yeah, that sounds right. I remember the name.
Yep. All right. Moving on to the Jets.
Jets.
Yeah, this is Damian Moore's favorite team, but he decided to not want them. So, go figure. So as I told you guys, this division honestly may be the hardest division in MLG this year. So this division with the Jets is going to Zach Pearson, aka Beast Mode for MVP.
Oh boy, that's a loaded up division right there.
Yeah, this division's about to get spicy. We got Zach Pearson, we got Eric Baker, two very football knowledgeable guys. We got B. Dot, who's very football knowledgeable, but also is a freak on the sticks. Then we got Brown Eyes as well, who has made some noise in prior playoff pushes. So, honestly, the Jets are one of my favorite, I think, CFM teams to start with this year. They're pretty underrated, I think, for what they have. They have a lot of good youth and a lot of good young talent. Personally, I would like to have this team for starting a CFM. I don't know how you guys feel about the Jets, but
they were on my list.
They
were on my list for sure.
Yep. So yeah, I think this is a good roster, and I think this division is going to be rough.
Might beat each other up a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to beat each other up to the playoffs for sure. All right, I tried to get everybody, though. I was able to, and this doesn't happen often, I was able to give everyone a team that they wanted from their top 5. Doesn't always happen. Exactly. But it was tough trying to, move the pieces around and do it, but I was able to do it. So I was kind of proud of that. I was able to give everyone at least a team on their top 5, and most of them, majority I would say, is in the top 3. Maybe like one outside of the top 3 that I gave, and I think that was B. Dot. I think B. Dot had the Dolphins as like his number 4. All right, for the Cowboys, this is a returning member that we haven't played with since freaking NGA, No Girls Allowed. Daniel Osler, Rattler 92. PSN. He is going to be the Cowboys. I don't remember much about him from back in the day, but I know he was a part of the OG squad, right? The Cowboys are pretty good. They always overrate them every single year. No disrespect to the Cowboys, but they always seem to favor the Cowboys every single year and give them very favorable ratings for God knows why. You got a good receiving core. Still a decent offensive line. You dropped some pieces, but you did draft Tyler Smith to replace right tackle. Trevor Biades or whatever his name is. He's a 1-year rookie. Or 1 year. You got some problems at left guard, but I think you'll be all right. And then defense is okay. You still got Vander Esch in the middle. You still got Minka Parsons. You got some freaks. You got Trayvon Diggs. So I think the Cowboys are a pretty solid squad. They were probably in my top 5 just to start, just because of Dak and just the pieces they do have. All right. Yep. Daniel Osler. All right. Moving on to the Giants. Haven't played with this guy in a very long time. And I'm glad to see him back. And this is Mr. E-Dub. Eduardo.
A lot of dubs.
Yep. Edgardo, he'll be getting a lot of dubs with this unit, I'm pretty sure. He's been a freak on the sticks since I've known him. So I think this is one of the worst CFM teams. But I honestly like this CFM team because I feel like they're really young and they got a lot of potential. You just got to be a good user to be able to boost them up. But yep, E-Dub I think is the man for the job, and I think he'll get it done, and he will be a playoff contender every single season with the Giants. Exactly. But with the Eagles, he will have some competition. Because with the Eagles, we have none other than Kevin Bradley.
Oh, shit.
So I'm sure they've been in divisions against each other before. I'm pretty positive with both of them being Giants or freaking, Giants and Eagles fans. I'm sure they played against each other plenty of times. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like back in MLG days, they probably did. All right. So we got Jalen Hurts. This team is my favorite CFM team on the game. Favorite, bar none. Bar none. I mean, what can you say? They got Devontae Smith, they got A.J. Brown, they got Quez Watkins. Rager's even usable on Madden, even though he can't catch a flu in real life. He can't even catch... Word is, he hasn't caught COVID yet. He's like the only person in the U.S. that hasn't caught COVID.
Caught COVID.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yep. Maybe he's your spirit animal. No.
Oh, I hope not. Oh.
Dallas Goddard. I know you're an Eagles fan. This team's loaded, absolutely loaded. And this team will be Kevin Bradley's. Dude, Kevin Bradley with this team may make some noise early. Because Kevin's always been a solid user. Always been a solid user. I think he'll make some noise here. All right, and I know it's called football team, but this is actually the Washington Commanders. Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders, my boy, is returning after a very long retirement. And it is none other than Warnia, the man, the legend. What do you got to say, boys? Warnia is back. Let me see some
Crazy.
dubs in the chat for the Washington Commanders. Let's go. Honestly, the AFC East is probably the all the teams in the AFC East. I would take any of them for CFM. This team right here, offense is kind of lacking. You need some trouble at quarter. You got some trouble at quarterback unless you can get. He's already 28, so it's not like you're going to boost him much, right? So you got to be thinking quarterback early. Wide receiver, you got Scary Terry. You got Dodson. who you just drafted. You got Curtis Samuel, who's still young. So you got a young wide receiving core that you can boost up a little bit. Logan Thomas at tight end, which is kind of funny. Great offensive line, I'm pretty sure. But here is the bright spot of this team: their defense. You got freaking Chase Young. You got Montez Sweat. You got Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne. You're going to get, especially if this game plays how it did in the beta, you are going to get you're going to get insane pass rush just off rushing 4 every time. And decent secondary behind it. This is honestly going to be a fun team to play with for Warnia. And he is a fan of the Washington Commanders, Washington football team, whatever. So I think he's going to have some fun with this team. All right, moving along. We're going back to the AFC, and we're going to go to the Texans. All right.
The Texans.
Wasn't many people put the Texans on their list.
Oh, baby.
And I think he just got into the chat because he just said he got off work. But the Texan is going to be Tyler David Smith, a.k.a. Busta Cap. Right. Busta Kappa?
Yes, sir. That's his name.
Busta Kappa. He's got a lot of work to do. This is not a good CFM unit. I say it's not a good CFM unit, but he's got a lot of draft capital. I believe he's got a ton of picks. Yep, Texans got 4 first rounders in the next 2 years. So this is a quick rebuild. I appreciate you throwing that up, Josh, because I did not know that off the top of my head. So he may not make noise early, but within the first 2 to 3 years, I think he will be contending in this division. All right, moving on to the Colts. All right, this team is really solid. This team's good. You got Jonathan Taylor. You got 3 freak running backs with 94 plus speed for all 3. You got Pittman.
Crazy for someone.
You got Pierce. You got Paris Campbell. And this team is going to Larry Legend himself, Mr. Larry Evans.
Woo.
Mr. Larry Evans returning from retirement. Just got to wait till he gets a PS5. Make sure you guys are helping him. This team is loaded on defense. It's pretty loaded on offense as well. This is going to be a scary team to go up against, especially because I know Larry is a schematic freak, and he's going to be scheming up some spiciness for this division. So, yeah, Larry Evans, Mr. Colts. All right, moving on to the Titans. All right, with the Titans, we have a returning member. You guys may remember him, may not, but his name is Dalton Huff. He is a Titans fan. He's a Titans fan. You got a freaking Derrick Henry. He's getting a little older, but he's still only 27. So you got him for a couple years. You got not that much at wide receiver currently outside of Robert Woods. You got Traylon Burks.
Burks should be interesting.
Yeah, you got Austin Hooper. You got a decent offensive line still. You got good pass rush on that exterior. Decent linebackers, decent cornerbacks. This team's just decent. If I had to say anything about this team, it's just decent, right? So the user is really going to make this team. You do have Malik Willis that you can develop. He is going to be a freak. They rated him really well.
He's fast as hell.
He's fast as hell, and he's got really good strong throwing power. So yeah, good luck there. All right, moving on to the Jags. Who did I give the Jags to? Who could that be? Mr. Omelet himself. Cal.
Oh, baby.
Cat. Emlet.
Cat?
Cat.
That's me.
Chris Cat. Alright. Mr. Omelet, he's on the stream. He's one of the co-commissioners. He's one of the admin. He's gonna be helping out run the league, along with Damian Moore, who's also on the stream currently. This team is a good starter team. I know Kyle's going to do good things with him. He's a good user. He's going to put in the work necessary to turn this team into a perennial playoff contender. It's a ragged and rough roster right now. You got a lot of young freaks out there though that you can develop into probably one of the best rosters in the league if you meet all the goals and develop these guys correctly. Trevor Lawrence, he's going to be your quarterback for the whole freaking Jinx Bears. What up, Nate? Yeah, you got Trevor Lawrence. He's going to be your quarterback probably for the whole CFM, which is not a bad thing. So yeah, good roster there, and that finishes up the AFC South. So yeah, you got two buddies there in the AFC South with Kai and Busta Kappa. All right. Moving on to the NFC South, and let's start off with the Panthers. With the new addition of Baker Mayfield, you actually have a respectable, decent quarterback for Madden. He's only 26. You also got Sam Darnold, though, so whichever one you want to go with. You got Christian McCaffrey's a freak, probably some good trade capital if you need it, because you do have Chuba Hubbard right behind him. We have, I think, freaky athletic wide receivers, right? Yep, freaky athletic receivers.
Yeah.
So this team's going to be interesting. We'll see what Sam David does with them. I haven't played with this Aussie since we were on Facebook. So, yeah, exactly. So we'll see what Sam does with them. Sam Deasy in the house. Shout out to his Instagram models. Shout out to his
Oh, that's our hookup.
Yeah, that's the Instagram Airbnb hookup right there. Sam Deasy, baby. Yeah, he's got all the baddies on his timeline. He's over there hosting. He was over there hosting fucking Airbnb orgies.
Hey yo, this is supposed to be on the DL.
Out in Aussie land, bro. Exactly. All right. All right. Moving on to the Buccaneers. All right. This is probably the best. I would say best season 1 roster on the game. They got some cap shit they got to figure out. How you're gonna pay all these people? But they just got Julio Jones, so this puts them at like a 92 overall to start with. Oh yeah, Sam really back, Warnia. Sam really back. This team is going to go to none other than the Buccaneers fan himself, Terrence Mitchell.
Ooh, Mr.
TM. Mr. TM in the house. This team's loaded, bro. This team's loaded. I'm not very excited about this team. Like,
I am not excited.
Yeah, this team is like a mutt team right now, and I'm not happy about it. Especially getting Julio Jones just to fuck with people. Like, oh yeah, we're in the red zone. Let's throw Julio in. Let's have him moss somebody. Have him moss somebody real quick. No big deal. All right.
If that's covered, we'll just throw it to Mike Evans. It's fine.
Yep. And if that's covered, and then if that's covered, we're just gonna throw it to the slot. That's fine. We got a fucking 90 something overall, whatever, 89 overall wide receiver in the slot. No big deal. All right, moving on to the Saints. All right, with the Saints, we got a returning member. Let's see. He played with us on Discord. He played with us on Facebook. He's been with us since I can't remember. Really, really good user skills. Usually builds to the strength of his team, strength of his, to the strength of his how he plays the game. This team is going to go up to none other than Terrence Blair. Saints fan in real life, so I feel like I had to give it to him. I had to give him the Saints. It's not the best CFM roster, but it's not a bad CFM roster. Definitely, they got some cap situation shit they got to figure out. I think it may be one of the worst cap situations. I'm not sure. I have to look at the end, but T. Blair to the Saints. Yes, sir. This division is going to be spicy.
Spicy?
Yep.
What else do we got?
Well, I mean, with the Falcons, we got some fucking noob
Some bum.
for some bum ass player for the Falcons. This dude, fucking Cody Martin's the Falcons, dude.
Oh shit!
Fucking,
It's going down.
we got the Falcons. We got the Falcons. So this team is not very good currently. They got some young, some young quarterbacks. They got some Cordell Patterson who'll be good for another year. They don't really have shit at wide receiver. Outside of Ridley, and they got Kyle Pitts. So yeah, this team's a rebuild for sure. And your boys got to rebuild them. So I'm gonna do my best. I can't promise anything. I don't know how good I'm gonna be at this game, but I'm here for fun. So I'm not here for a long time. I'm just here for a good time. You know what I mean? So this team is going to go to myself. Actually, we're pretty good at corners. All right, we got AJ Terrell, we got Isaiah Oliver, we got Casey Hayward for a year, so we're good. Hey, now. Hey, Nate. Hey, Nate. I don't know about all that, my guy. Saints winning the South. You better check yourself. I'm just kidding. All right, going to the AFC West. That's gonna be a spicy division, though. There's a lot of big hitters in that division.
Yeah.
We'll see how the new game is gonna play a little different. Who knows? There's gonna be a little learning curve. Who knows, right? All right, with the Broncos, we got a new user, never played with them before that I can remember. He's from ESFL. I think they're Super Bowl champion. So he's gonna. I looked at this guy to be probably a contender throughout the CFM. And this team's going to Mr. Kobe Brown. Don't know much about him other than he is good at the game. So, yep. He gonna make some noise. The roster's probably one of the worst rosters on the game for CFM purposes, anyway, because the cap and the age of players and all that stuff. But if you're a good player, I mean, if you're a good user, you're gonna overcome most of the issues, right? So, Mr. Kobe Brown is going to be Broncos player. Oh, we're getting cheese emojis in the chat. Well, so he'll be the Broncos user, until he gets kicked out. Is the consensus I'm getting right now. All right, had to drink some water. All right, Chiefs. Moving on to the Chiefs. All right, with the Chiefs, it is also an ESFL guy. He is one of the admins, I believe, in ESFL, or he was. Maybe one of the founders, not sure. But Mr. Noel Willis. I feel like I do remember playing him in ESFL. I feel like his user skill is probably like lower to middle of the pack from what I remember. I do not remember too much about the game. But he's coming in with a loaded roster, so I feel like he has a good bit of potential because he does have a loaded roster. If he can master the game before other people, he may make some noise early. I don't know his user skill. I can't talk on that. I can't speak on that outside of like playing him one time. But yeah, it's a really good roster. One of the best CFM rosters you can start with. I mean, you got freaking Patrick Mahomes. You still got some freaks at receiver. Not 297 speed receivers with Scantling and Hardman. So, I mean, and then I think you got John Ross as well. Justin Ross, never mind. Kelsey.
Don't you disrespect Justin Ross.
I know, right? Yep. So, yep, Noel Willis for the Chiefs. Questions, concerns? I don't care. I'm out. All right, Raiders. All right, for the Raiders, I don't even have to scroll down to see who this is because I remember this is a Raiders fan in real life. He is also a Braves fan, so holler at your boy, Braves fan. Love this guy, Mr. Dominic Graham.
Ooh, yeah.
DG. He is hit or miss. Some Maddens he's really, really good. Other Maddens he's just good. Some Maddens he makes it deep in the playoffs. Other Maddens he barely makes it to the playoffs. We'll see what this Madden is, has for him. He is coming into the CFM though with one of the best rosters to start with. You have Devontae Adams. You got Darren Waller. You got Hunter Renfrow, who is very good, well rated. You got Josh Jacobs, who plays really well on Madden. You got Derek Carr. A freaky defense. Mason Crosby, Chandler Jones now. Good corners, good safeties. I mean, this team's pretty loaded. So, Dominic Graham, welcome back, buddy. Glad to have you. Yeah, man. We'll see how that goes. For the Chargers, Mr. Hall of Fame himself. Yep, Derek Carr, Mr. Hall of Fame. All right, for the Chargers, this is another returning guy that hasn't played with us since NGA. Yeah, I don't think he's played with us since NGA. But with the Chargers, we got Mr. Kevin Thomas, Mr. KT, who is also one of those Instagram fools that be blowing up my timeline with all them baddies working out. Have your boy fully bricked up in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? For no damn reason.
Holy god damn.
Yeah, just bricked up for no reason, driving down the road, checking my Instagram story. Next thing I know, I got squatting. I got all sorts of shit on my timeline. But this goes to Mr. KT in the house. Hopefully he has enough time to play with us. I know he's pretty much a big deal now, so you guys need to blow his inbox up, make sure he fucking commits. Okay. Warn you. Blow up his fucking inbox. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Again, all bricks. What you said. All bricks. All white bricks. Just hit a lick. Is that Gucci Mane? Is that Gucci Mane? Yeah, that's Gucci Mane. Alright. This team is fucking nuts. I mean, there's nothing to say about this team. Then if you're not winning with this team, you're doing something wrong. Honestly, probably I would go Bills number 1, Chargers number 2 to starting off of a CFM. The Buccaneers are right there, right? But they're not going to be good very long because of their age. So if you're starting a CFM, season 1 the Bucs are going to be good, maybe season 2, but then after that it's a huge drop off. So I would go Bills and then Chargers and then probably Bucs. But yeah, the Bucs are loaded, and it goes to Mr. Kevin Thomas. We'll see how he does. He hasn't played since No Girls Allowed that I know, other than maybe his friends that come over. He beats their ass at Madden, so he probably thinks he's still good. But we'll see how he gets when he's in a 32-man league. You never know. All right, moving on to the NFC West. All right, NFC West, we're gonna go with the Cardinals. Mr. Kyler Murray himself. Mr. Watch 4 hours a day, or watch 4 hours of film, or else. What we're going to call him. Alright, so with the Cardinals, we're going to go with Carl Fleming, Mr. Blaza. I think this roster is too good for his skill set. Let me go ahead and start that out by saying that. I think this roster is way too good for his skill, but it is what it is. And this is how it's going to work out, roster-wise. I think he is going to make early noise. You didn't want the damn Chiefs, Damien. Alright, but I think, all jokes aside, I think Blas is gonna fucking win the Super Bowl season 1. I'm just kidding. No, for real though, I think he's gonna go deep in the playoffs with this team. I mean, if you don't, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? Well, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing? Trade me Collar, bro. You know what I mean?
He's already good looking in red. We know that.
Exactly. Alright, moving on, guys. Moving on. We're going to go to the Rams.
Oh, boy. What a roster.
This roster's loaded. It's a little old, but it's loaded. You definitely got to figure out some things roster wise. This is gonna take, and I don't know if I give this to the right person because he's probably not gonna put the cap time in to figuring this shit out. But this roster going to go to one of my good buddies. Took me to the SEC championship game to see Bama play Georgia. Love this guy forever, Mr. Ron Monte himself.
Oh, coach.
Yep, Mr. Ron Monte. Yeah. Need I say more? He is a perennial playoff contender if he commits to buying a PS5. But if he doesn't, then who knows who this roster is going to go to. But whoever it goes to needs to be very savvy with the cap situation because they're going to run into some issues early in the CFM. All right, now with that, we only have 2 teams remaining. I believe I've announced all the teams besides 2. All right, so with that, we go to the 49ers. 49ers. One of my favorite CFM teams to start with this year because of Trey Lance and the potential you have there to build with him. 6'4" quarterback. Fucking prodigy. 87 speed. Good arm. Mitchell. You got Deebo Samuel that's playing both ways, you know what I mean? You got Ayuk, who's okay. The wide receiver core is not very good, but you still got George Kittle, who's the best tight end on the game. You got a decent O-line, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe just 2 good tackles and no one else. Unless they drafted someone that's not currently on this roster, which is possible. I believe one of the bright spots of this team, though, is the defense. They have very strong defense. I would put this defense, I don't know, near the top of the league. I don't know what you guys have to say about it, but I think this defense is probably near the top of the league. Probably Packers, 49ers are in the same conversation for defense as a whole unit. Pretty good, solid starting roster. And this roster is going to go to none other than Larry Waltman, Mr. 49ers fan himself. Mr. Larry Waltman. All right, so moving on to the Seahawks with Drew Lock, Geno Smith. With this team, there's only one guy left, and I'm let you probably know who this guy is.
I do know who this guy is.
This guy is Mr. Jason Neidhart. Neidhart himself. He is a very knowledgeable football guy. He is, I expect him to make noise, especially if Ron doesn't fully commit. I think him and Ron are going to have some battles. Ron's probably going to have the upper hand roster-wise up front, starting off. But I think Neidhart will dedicate time to the game, actually, unlike Ron, to roster building, that is. And I think he'll be making noise by season 2, season 3, something like that. You still got some freaks at wide receiver, so it's not like he's starting off with nothing. He's got Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Those are, 2 of the better receivers. Yep, Noah Fant, tight end. So you got, a good package there with two, and you got Will Dissly too. So I mean, this looks like a team where you're gonna probably run the ball early, and then until you can, either draft something or because you got Kenneth Walker the third. So it looks like maybe a 2 tight end set team. And Chris Carson's probably not going to be in the game anymore, right? So you're going to have Rashad Penny and Kenneth Walker, which isn't bad.
Gonna be gross.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker's 94 speed at running back. He's a good Madden player for sure. I expect, like I said, I expect Neidhart to be a playoff contender. Which once he gets on this roster under him and gets to develop and draft a little bit. But yeah, that is the roster reveal, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate everything. You guys, I want you to start getting a little active on the page. I posted a challenge and nobody but TM put anything on that shit. You know what I mean? Need y'all to get a little active on the page for me. That way we can get this thing kicked off. We are going to be doing an 8v8 tournament versus ESFL. I think launch weekend, from what I'm hearing, Damien. Maybe I don't know if you heard anything, but it may be either starting launch weekend or the week after. But we're gonna be doing a tournament. It's gonna be like our 8 best guys. I don't know who those are personally, because most of the guys that are joining MLG haven't played in years. So we'll see. I got a short list roster put together right now, and I'll reach out to you guys to identify who's playing in that tournament. But yeah, it's gonna be 8 of our best guys versus 8 of theirs, and it'll all be streamed. And we'll put out some promo stuff for it coming up in the next couple of weeks. Get everybody, get everybody juiced up for it. But yeah, it'll be just for bragging rights, and I'm sure they're gonna kick our ass because, like I said, we got a bunch of old timers haven't played in a while. But it is what it is. Let's just have fun.
Hey, yo, speak for yourself, buddy.
Let's just have fun. Yeah. I know. Let's just have fun, and we'll see what it is. We'll see how it stacks up at the end of the thing. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, even ESFL, the 8 that I've seen so far, I mean, it's a lot of the members that are in MLG. So we got a good portion of their best users. It looks like, if that's the case, if that's their starting lineup. So it's good for MLG because that means that we're getting their best guys plus our best guys in our league. So it's not a bad thing.
Okay.
I do need you guys to, if you haven't posted yet, I need you to post your stream link to the page and your PlayStation name to the page under that sheet. It's attached to the top of the Facebook page. It's pinned to the top. It's like the second one over. MLG's coaches and stream links is the. I need you to post your stream links there. I'm going to update the roster probably tomorrow because I plan on going out right after the stream, so probably won't be today. But I'll do that shit tomorrow. I'll update the coaches list, put all the coaches in there and all that stuff. So, damn, that's rough. What, T Blair? I missed something. What'd I miss? What'd he say? What's rough? I'm confused, Daddy.
I think they're talking about the Carson retirement. Chris Carson.
Oh, yeah. He retired. Yep, he retired this week. Sucks. I feel like there's gonna be a lot more moves. A lot of people are like, oh, fuck it, we're not gonna wait. We're gonna start our league ASAP. I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. But I feel like there's gonna be some moves. I feel like people are gonna retire. People are gonna traded, whatever the case may be. Maybe people don't make the final 53-man roster. But we'll see. Anybody got anything for me or any of the crew before we get off? Again, I am the commish, and my admins will be Mr. Omelet himself and Mr. Damian Moore. We will be running the damn thing. So if y'all need anything, please reach out to us. Haven't confirmed the start date yet, just because I want to keep it open. I know we all voted, or everyone mostly voted for. What was it? The week after, or the week that the 53-man roster, during NFL season week 1 or whatever, should be like mid-September. But I want to keep that open, just because people may get excited, or maybe everyone has PS5s by then and we're ready to go. So why are we waiting, right? But we'll see. But right now we'll plan on keeping it as is and going with what the poll said. But I do want to start it ASAP, because I know a lot of you old folks, if you don't start something, you'll just forget about it, do something else. You'll join another league or some bullshit, and then I'll have to hunt you down and assassinate you. Send you to the gulag. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully I get my stream shit fixed, because you should be able to see my pretty face right now, but apparently broken, so hate to see it. But yeah, I'll get that fixed. I'll be putting out some more videos, more content. If y'all haven't saw it already, I put out a video, how to game plan for your opponent, that type of shit in the CFM. I appreciate y'all blowing that up. I think I got like 50 views already, somewhere around there. So I appreciate that. I'll be putting out more content though as we get closer to Madden 23. So yeah, y'all got anything? Omelet?
No, I'm good. Just excited to get back to a 32-man league. Took a year off, personally, so be exciting to mix it up with you guys again.
Yes, sir. Can't wait. Can't wait. I know y'all didn't get to see my Deion Sanders jersey. Bullshit. All right. What about you, Damien? You got anything for the group? All right, brother. Hey, same man. I'm excited to get everybody back, man. Especially those old NGA fools from forever ago. Mister, we brought Warnia out of the damn grave, man. That man was in solitary confinement. He is brought back to life. Him and Daniel. I haven't heard from Daniel in forever, so cool to get them back in. Cool to get Kevin back in if he commits again. Y'all need to blow his inbox up. So I'll give y'all some marching orders right now. All right, y'all need to blow up Kevin Thomas, KT. He's on the page. Blow him up. Blow up Ron Monte. Blow up Larry Evans. And blow up B-Dot. I feel like B-Dot's the most trustworthy one, though, because he was in the stream tonight. I feel like he's about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's going to be here for the league. But the other three, I don't know. I feel like they're old, they're grumpy. They probably got arthritis.
Damn.
They probably, you know what I'm saying? They just
Don't be
like
calling out man's problems like that.
they probably got hemorrhoids. There's just things that happen once you get old, you know, you got shingles going on. I don't know. There's probably just some medical stuff going on there that they need to figure out so they can pick up the sticks again. You never know, right? I mean, if we brought Warnia's old ass back, Warnia is still in the chat. Oh my bad. I mean Warnia's very young and motivated self back then. I feel like these guys who are essential to the league, we got to get them back, right? So again, you guys go blow their inboxes up again. Kevin Thomas, Larry Evans, Charles Burnley, and Ron Monte. Paul Hanna's the lost cause. I've talked to him. I've talked to some of those guys from back then. They're old. They've already bought their plots of land where they're going to be buried. They've already cashed out their 401ks. You know, they're in the retirement phase of their lives. You know what I'm saying? They don't have time for PS5s or Madden or any of this shenanigans that we're about to partake in. You know what I'm saying? And again, sorry guys, this stream is brought to you by Blue Moon and vodka sodas. So yeah, I don't know what vodka though. It's just some sort of whale vodka, I'm guessing, with a little bit of lime. But again, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I think at the max we had like. Warnia said, "Damn, CM, you going hard." See, this is what happens on when I plan something for a Saturday and then I have to still make it happen. I just come home drunk as hell trying to fucking stream, can't get shit to work. We were like 15 minutes late. I hate being late, by the way.
Don't say we. Jesus.
Oh, okay, not we. I was 15 minutes late. I hate being late, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, yeah, we do have some backups on the list, and we will be bringing them in if any of these old-ass fools decide to hang up the cleats. But hopefully not. Again, blow them up, please. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, so excited, so happy to be running this thing again. You guys have a good one. Take care. Have a good rest of your evening. I will talk to you all soon. Appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.